Hello. Today I'm going to show you how I make my orange chocolate buckwheat breakfast pudding. So this is something I really like. I make it in advance. I'm the type of person where, I'm sure most of you are like this, where you don't like to make breakfast like right when you wake up. So I like to just have my coffee and eat peacefully. I even wake up way earlier before everyone else so that I have my time to myself. And that time has to be calm and peaceful for me, or else my whole day gets out of sorts. So I make this like the night before. Sometimes I make it on a Sunday, depends when I have time. Usually it's good when I make it when I'm not making dinner. So instead of cooking dinner, I cook a breakfast, then we do takeout for dinner. So this is one of my favorite breakfast pre-preps. Now I use buckwheat because it's naturally gluten-free, and I do follow a gluten-free diet for the most part. Just so that you know, my story is I had ITP, which is an autoimmune disease, back in 2007. Long story short, the way I combat it for my body was to avoid gluten. So gluten and eat a healthy diet and change my lifestyle really. So more on that you can find in my bio and in my link tree that's going to be soon up and running. I'm working on a few things and it's exciting, and I'm really happy to share it with you, and hopefully it will help you and inspire you, and that's my goal, just to help. And sometimes just having that person that is going through things and went through things and tries things out for you is really helpful. I found that in my journey. So here we go. This is really super easy. Buckwheat cooks in about, I think it's like 10 minutes-ish, roughly around 10. And this is full of fiber as well. So that's why I really like it, besides being gluten-free. So I'm gonna, before I talk into the rest of the ingredients, I don't wanna waste too much time. So I just wanna start cooking it, and it's really simple. So all you do is you combine the cereal and water and a pinch of salt in a microwave safe bowl if you're going to be doing it microwave wise. I'm actually going to use stovetop. I have a microwave, but I don't use it often. I use it when I'm in a pinch. So I'm going to just do it the old-fashioned way and bring water and salt to a boil. First, bring the water to a boil, add salt, and then I'm gonna add in the buckwheat. So this is a ratio of 1 to 3. So for 1/4 cup of cereal, you do 3/4 cup of water. And again, I don't eat too much in the morning, so I'm gonna make 2 servings, which I bet you can last me 4. So I'm gonna do a 1/2 cup and 1.5 cups of water. So here I go. You can follow me to my stove. Here's my stove. I'm gonna add just some water. There you go. I have this very handy fountain here, as I like to call it. So here's 1.5, and I am bringing it to a boil. So while we wait for that, let me back this up a little bit. I don't want you to see me too close. So I'll tell you the rest of the ingredients. So I have 2, let's say, secret ingredients that I use in this. The first one is orange peel powder, which, you know, of course, oranges have a lot of vitamin C, which help us fight off colds, anything like a virus, let's say, that's been taking over our worlds for a while. Vitamin C helps your cells be powerful, basically, to help fight off any of those bad guys. And I love orange peel powder. I found this a couple of years ago in one of my herbal classes, where the teacher actually sprinkled this on candy ginger and left the candy ginger in the middle of her kitchen table for like her kids and everyone to snack on. So ginger and the orange peel was like such a great combination. But I like orange with chocolate a lot, especially in the winter. I think the combination is very, it's very, I don't even know how to, it's just like, it's a very elegant, sophisticated collaboration, the chocolate and the orange, and it's really good for you. So here's my orange peel powder. The other thing that I do like to add, depending upon your level of liking orange, I actually do add 1 or 2 drops of orange extract too. And that's so easy. You can find it in all your spices section in your grocery store. Then my other ingredient, which I love to use, wait for it, my chocolate eggs from Easter. So we love these, don't get me wrong, but we get so many of them from all our family and friends because I am Italian, and you know, as a first generation Italian American, we like to stick to a lot of tradition. And I have so many of these downstairs still from last Easter, but I use them. So we don't always just eat them right off the egg, but I like to crack them and store them in my fridge. So I'll show you, don't tell Gia and Milo this, but here they are. So here's some milk chocolate. My dad always gets me dark chocolate, so I have the dark chocolate ones. And I like to put this in and melt it into the buckwheat cereal. It is so good. And if you don't have this, obviously not everybody gets these Easter eggs. You can just use whatever chocolate you have. Semi-sweet, dark chocolate, whatever you want. And then as my sweetener, I use date syrup. I hear the water boiling, so I'm just gonna finish up on date syrup. And this is my go-to sweetener at home when I'm baking. Even when, you know, just I need a little something extra. I like it because dates are nature's candy, basically. It's a natural sweetener, and it has so many like vitamins, magnesium, vitamin B6, folate for sugar, for a sweetener. So I always have this, and this is a great way to make this a little sweet because you need it from the chocolate. The chocolate can be a little bitter. Okay, so I hear the water boiling. All I'm gonna do is gonna add some salt. Just a little bit. And then I'm gonna add half of a cup of buckwheat cereal. And I'm just going to stir it in very lightly. I don't know if, can you see me? You can see me, but I'll bring you closer to the buckwheat. And just so you see the buckwheat, see, it's just like oats. And listen, if you don't follow a gluten-free diet, feel free to use whatever, regular oats, gluten-free oats. What's the other stuff that they have? Oh, I forget. I'm drawing a blank, but they have so many. See, it gets kind of sticky, so just make sure that when you're pouring it in, you're mixing it slowly, sort of like polenta, when you make polenta. And then I lower the flame, and then we're just gonna wait for it to cook down. And then while that's happening, I'm gonna blab a little bit more to you. So the other thing that I use, oh, I forgot. I actually, you need a thinner of some sort, like a milk. So I use whatever I have, usually almond milk. Now, today I have oats and seeds from Trader Joe's, which I really, really like. There's no thickeners in there. It's just pumpkin seeds and oats, which I really, really adore. I have to go get, by the way, just hang tight. I did forget that, hold on. You can see my kitchen in the meantime. It's a really great kitchen. My husband, Tony, really did this for me. We collaborated on it and designed it together, but you know, the cabinetry was from him and his dad's shop, and then the tiles we did, and I love this kitchen. It's me, it's very me. Okay, so this is my oats and seeds non-dairy beverage. I'm gonna use this. Now I hear it bubbling. You want it to be on a really low flame because you don't want it to stick. Do that. It's cooking. So that's all we're going to do. We're going to add some chocolate. We're going to add the orange peel powder, some orange extract, date syrup, and then some milk substitute. And then the fun part is what you put on top. I usually put raspberries on top, you know, standard raspberries and chocolate. Really good combination. You can't go wrong. You find it anywhere. Today, I found something very special at Trader Joe's, which I have not seen. I've seen orange, like candied peels, like when we make pastilla and stuff like that, but I haven't seen like whole orange slices. candied. So what I did is I just chopped this up, and I'm gonna put it as my topper today. And then I also have some toasted pistachio nuts, which I just have in the fridge because I like to snack on nuts. It's very good for your hair and for your skin. Very good. Okay, it's cooking away. Let me check my time here. And let me just check the package instructions here. Yeah, 10 minutes. And you'll see if it starts to thicken up too much, and then if you think you need more liquid before it's fully cooked, just add some more water. Don't be afraid. Sometimes the package gets it wrong. It all depends. Just use your intuition. That's the beauty of it. See, I'll show you this already. See, it looks very thick. I don't know if you can see. I'll put it on the spoon. It looks very thick, but I can tell you now, I don't think it's cooked fully. I think it's rough to the bite. Let me try. It's almost there. I'm gonna add a little bit more water. Just gonna add a little bit more water. And I'm gonna need a little bit more salt too, because it needs a little bit more. I don't know what that is. It looks a little dark. So while that's finishing up, you can chop your orange candy peel. Oh, the other thing that I wanted to show you is, because I don't eat too much in the morning, just enough to coat my stomach, let's say, for my coffee, because I love coffee. 1 cup of coffee a day, I must have it. I know there's a lot of talk about coffee and it's bad for you, good for you. I love it, and my body responds well to it overall. I just need a little coating before I have it, because it can be a little acidic on my stomach. Again, I am one of those very sensitive, like, internal bodies that I have to pay attention to it and really monitor what I eat. And so this is going to be delicious. So this is going to be a good thing to eat. So then I use these 4-ounce mason jars, which are perfect, I think, for my breakfast portion. And I think this is going to cover about 4 of them. And if not, I'll just store it into something else, and maybe I'll give it to the kids to try, see if they like it. That's always tricky. Okay, I'm gonna bring you closer to my stove because I'm gonna show you. Oh, that's as far as we go. Okay, it's getting thick and creamy. Da, 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 da. Like oatmeal, just like oatmeal, but better for you. It's still cooking down. But you know what we're gonna do while it's cooking down, and to save you guys some time, because it's gonna take time anyway to put the chocolate in, melt, and do all that jazz, and then to taste test. Let's put in a few ounces of chocolate. I'm gonna start with like a handful. I think like that's good. I'll have all the measurements up for you when I post. Again, I know I follow recipes for the most part, but again, I like to try to figure it out on my own portion wise, so it makes it easier in the long run, so you don't have to follow back at a recipe. You can just think for yourself, and you gotta, you know, smart noggin. Just don't be afraid. And if you want more chocolate, just put it in. There we go. I'm gonna put in a squirt of date syrup, about a tablespoon, I would say. Not too much, because it is very sweet. It can be very sweet. I'm gonna put 2 drops of the orange extract. Not too much. And then I'm gonna put about, I would say, 1/4 teaspoon of the orange peel powder. Not tremendously too much. It's powerful. Yeah. Okay. And then I'm gonna put some milk. Just to, you know, thin it up. because I put the milk in there, I have to, just to give it some more, an added layer. It's so good, guys. I'm gonna put in one more chocolate, dark, just one. And I don't taste too much of the orange, so I'm gonna put another, so that's a half teaspoon. I'm gonna put in a little bit more of the extract, so about a teaspoon of the extract. A teaspoon and a half teaspoon of the powder. I think that's right. And it could be less for you. It really could be. If you taste it and you think, always start out with a little, you can always add. You can never take out. Now I got it. Oh, that's so good. It's delicious. Perfect. Here we go. Shut it off. And we're done. It's like a nice, you know what it reminds me of? Like a rice pudding, but it's a chocolate rice pudding. And now I'm gonna show you. Here we go. Move this over. I am just going to portion them into my jars. Da, 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 da. And I think I nailed it. I think it is 4. Oh, this thing is heavy. Hold on. Oh, you could just smell the orange. I love it. So good. Another one. Da, 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 da. And last one. Okay, I have a little extra, but that's okay. This is gonna be my little dessert. Because I had lunch, and I usually like to have a little sweet, so this is gonna be my sweet. And there you go. So I just, I wait for them, here I am. I wait for them to cool, and then I put my toppings on if I'm eating them then. If not, I store them in the refrigerator for 4 to 5 days. I don't like to go longer than that. I feel like people can go like for a week with storing food. I don't normally do that because food does tend to break down, and then all those good nutrients, it's useless. They don't exist anymore for your body. So the fresher, the better. 4 or 5 days tops, and then make another batch. That's my rule anyways. Oh, look, I had this the whole time. It's my string from my hanging of my shirt. Ugh, that's okay. That's all right. You see, it happens, but what can you do? I bet you wouldn't even notice it unless I pointed it out, but whatever. It was there, it's done, bye-bye. I do want to show you what I put on the top. So let me get another, you know what? I'll just get a bowl of mine. Hold on a minute, hold on. Let me get like a little bowl. Oh, I put in a little cup. It's a pretty big cup, but that's okay. So today we are going to da, 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 da. You know, I really want to show you how it looks in this jar because it's just more elegant. So all I do is I take the chopped candied orange and ta-da! Isn't that pretty for like a breakfast? I think that's so nice. And obviously you just have to like wait for it to cool down a little bit. But I do want to try this because this is the first time I had the orange, and I think it's gonna be really, really good. It's so good. Oh my God, I love it. I have to have a little bit more. This was supposed to be my breakfast for tomorrow, but wow. You're gonna be so happy about this. And you know what I love? It's a little bit of an unexpected treat for the morning, and it doesn't take much time at all. So, you know, why not treat yourself? I feel like we invest so much time in everything else. We should be investing time in ourselves too. So what a nice way to start the morning. You get a very elegant breakfast, which was literally like 10 minutes. I talked a lot, but it was literally like 10 minutes from start to finish if you cut out all my talking. So enjoy. I hope you like it. And more to come. Have a fun day. Bye.